Hey friends, it's Joni with Three Feathers Spiritual Wisdom, and I have our weekly message for this week from Spirit. And there is more work to be done, or I should say, maybe the work continues on what it is that we want to manifest. Manifestation energy is very strong right now. There might be some information, however, comes that comes to light and gives you some insight. So let's dive in. This is the weekly message from Spirit for the week of June 5th through the 11th of 2023. I'm using a tarot deck that I was given a long time ago. I've never used it. I've cleansed it. I've gotten it ready for use. It's the Da Vinci Enigma Tarot, and it is the sketches and notes from Leonardo da Vinci as tarot cards. So it's kind of interesting. And then I also have a brand new Oracle card deck that's absolutely beautiful for you so that you can pick your own Oracle card message. And it is this Soulflower plant spirit oracle. It's the illustrations are beautiful. So for this, pay attention to your intuition. Do you need the message from card A, B, or C? You've got three choices. Tap in to see where you're guided. The other thing I want to mention is thank you for liking, subscribing, commenting, sharing. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel grow. I will be at the Crystal Passage in Omaha, Nebraska next Saturday. The information is below, and later this month, I will be back at the Solstice and the Veil in La Vista, Nebraska for readings. If you would like a reading with me, look below for the information. Okay, so let's dive in. The first card out was the Page of Air. And the Page of Air, the air being the element of the mind, is all about new information coming to light. Maybe it's been hidden from you. Maybe it's something you uncover while you're investigating something. But this is all about new information and if you haven't been looking for new information, maybe this week you just become more vigilant and listen for the messages. And there may be new information that is coming your way. And I think it is connected because the rest of the reading is all about what you desire. So to create in your life, it could be you get information or a message or a sign that shows you another way or helps you in some way. Okay, the next card out was the Nine of Water. And the word at the bottom of the card is called airborne. And what this is, you can see it. This is some notes from Leonardo da Vinci's journals about how to fly, a flying machine. He really wanted to fly. And even though it's the Nine of Water, it's not an air card, it's water. And the Nine of Water is all about what our heart's desire is and wishing for it and working towards it and opening up our heart. It's a very heart connected card. He wanted to fly. That was his heart's desire. So he made these plans. He was trying to figure it out scientifically. How would I make a flying machine? So, what are you doing not beyond just wishing for the thing that you would like that would fulfill your heart's desire? Are you making plans? Are you investigating something? What are you doing beyond wishing? Now, the next card that comes out is the Six of Water. We've got a lot of water cards in this reading this week. The Six of Water. Let me hold that up. I don't know if you can see it very well, but it is a sketch of a unicorn from Leonardo's imagination. He was sketching how a unicorn would bend down and get a drink of water from a pond or something. So the word at the bottom of the card is memory, and the Six of Water is about our memories of past lives, of past experiences, and how they feed our knowledge and experience. So the key to the future is usually in the past memory. There's some connection there. So, what is the connection for you? What is it that you've been longing for a long time? What is the catalyst from the past that will propel you forward for the future? Interesting. The next card out is the Four of Water. As I said, there's a lot of water in our reading this week. That is an emotional. It could be that it ends up being an emotional week because you're remembering things, you're remembering a dream that you've wanted to do, perhaps, and then making plans. This card is about disappointment. This is a machine or a sculpture that Da Vinci tried to create, but couldn't. He didn't have the mechanical skills needed for whatever it is that he was trying to do. So there is sometimes there on our journeys towards fulfilling our reality and dreams, there is disappointment. But the thing about disappointment to me is it's a time, I think, to reassess. Maybe there's a redirection. Maybe this wasn't supposed to happen, this machine that he was trying to make, but maybe some that turned his attention to something else. That could be the same for us. We're when something doesn't work, sometimes we're redirected in another direction that we are supposed to go in. Ultimately, with working and planning and reassessing, the end game happens, and it is the last card out, which is the World. And of course, this is one of Leonardo da Vinci's um, most famous image. There's many things he's famous for, but this is and it's I'm sorry that I can't remember the name of it, but it is this squaring of the square in the circle and the man squared. So this is standing in as the World card from the Tarot. And the World card is all about successful, satisfactory completion. So even though seems to be some emotion and continued need for work on our dreams, we need to not worry. We will reach a satisfactory conclusion of this cycle. And, the other thing about this is it's the end game of all of this, remembering the past, reassessing the disappointments, it's integration and reassessment and understanding. We get to a point of success based on many failures before the success. So I really feel like this is much more a personal reading rather than a collective, predictive reading for what's happening in the world. This is all about us individually, us working on Keep going despite the errors and the mistakes. Continue to search out the answers. Listen carefully for the messages, and just know that if you keep going, you will end up in that place and can look back at what you've achieved. So I think this is a really interesting message for this week. Okay, so have you taken a moment to choose your oracle card? Pause the video. Do you need the message from card A, B, or C? Pause the video if you need some time. So the first card out, for those of you who picked A, you got Bleeding Heart, Independence. So let me read this. Bleeding Heart helps you to recognize and strengthen the true source of your heart's power. It is impossible to sustain directing all your loving energy to external sources, or equally to rely on external sources to sustain you. In other words, you're only going to find happiness from within. No one else is responsible for your happiness. No other external thing will buy or create your happiness. The rest of it says, fill your strong, independent heart from within so that you may offer love even when heartbroken. Or brokenhearted, excuse me. So this is all about, let me hold it up again. The bleeding heart is all about paying attention to your own heart and your own happiness that comes within. That's where the true source of it is. It is not relying on another person or, I say this, spirit. The visual that came in my mind was someone I used to know who depended on other people to make that person happy. And when those people were not capable of it because they were either not well or didn't know that they were responsible for this person's happiness and went on their merry way, that person couldn't handle it. She blamed them. This is not the way to go. You are fully responsible and have the power to be happy from within, and it's about your heart. So pay attention to your heart chakra. Okay. For those of you who picked B, you got this beautiful card, the periwinkle. It's like little blue lavender type flower, and it says intertwining. Let me read this. All is well. All is as it should be. Periwinkle is here helping you to weave together all the lessons and experiences. We just had this in our reading about the past. All the lessons, it's weave together all the lessons and experiences of the past and all the wisdom gained so that you can move forward with understanding, compassion, and forgiveness. Growth is assured as you find the courage to examine and explore new facets of yourself. Trust that you are where you need to be. Even if you're in a place of lots of challenges, you are meant to be there to learn the lessons needed. Okay? You'll move on from that. That stuff doesn't last forever. This too shall pass, and you'll go into yet another cycle where you use what you've learned to better navigate, and you learn about yourself in the process. So, you guys, get the periwinkle. Fabulous. I love it. I love it. Okay. For those of you who get picked C, you get the evening primrose. Pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. It says rebirth. So let's read that for you. Evening primrose helps you to release old wounds and feelings of rejection, self-pity, and other heart-heavy issues you may have carried from birth or early childhood. She allows for a sort of spiritual healing or spiritual rebirthing of your true self, so you can make room for more joy, fun, and playfulness in your life. The primrose. So the primrose is about the natural world has a cycle, and if you're following it rather than controlling nature, you allow yourself to flow, you go in and out of these cycles, and you're reborn many times in one life. So as you go through one cycle and you learn and you go into the next cycle or the next phase of your journey. I love that. I love these cards. So if you're interested, if you like them as much as I did, this is what they are. Okay. So that's the message for this week. We're continuing our work. We're uncovering our heart. We're working with our heart. We're letting go of the things from the past that we don't need to carry anymore. We're learning from the past experiences, those challenges that give us wisdom to go forward. And we reassess things when we make errors. And we're all going to make errors and mistakes. It's the way of life. But we can use the lessons from them to be wiser. So I think it's all good, people. I really do. So work on your manifestation. We just had a full moon this weekend. We'll have a new moon in a couple of weeks that you can manifest, put more manifesto intentions out of it. Um, Venus this week moves into Leo and will be there for 4 months because she goes retrograde at some point, and that's beauty and creativity and expression of beauty. So I really think we're in an awesome time right now. I hope you feel that as well. And it's a time for a great deal of growth. So take care. I'm wishing you many blessings. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. Love you all.